What's going on, everybody? LK here. Today I have a really special guest. We have Punk the God himself. What's going on, bro?
How y'all doing over there, LordKnight channel?
We're doing pretty good. So I don't know if you've seen one of these, but it's essentially you have like 3 moves you think that are pretty cheap from games that you've played. I have 3 from, my wheelhouse, the anime game, Arxis games. I really wanted you to do this because people don't know you play a ton of fighting games. Like, you're famous for Street Fighter, but you play like everything.
I play quite a lot of games.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. What's your first one that you got?
My first one was gotta go with Street Fighter 4 El Fuerte, but he just has this one move in particular, which is just his run. Which is, you see this move right here? He just run around the screen. He could do so many things out of just this one move, and it just made it to be one of the most annoying and goofy moves ever. Has a grab, so if you stay there, you can get grabbed. But he also has a slam that looks like the grab, and it can also cross you up. So you have a cross-up, slam, a grab that look exactly alike, and then he has a jump back grab. So you have all these things, and then you can even jump off the wall some way. I don't know how he does it, but I know he can jump off the wall with this thing some weird way. And he has just so many things out of this move, and it just makes it so hard to just control this character because he's just always doing this, just running, stopping, or just doing a random move out of it. It's just too hard to react to all of it or know what's coming next. So this move is just too silly.
Now, I remember when Street Fighter 4 came out, this character was my demon, but everyone said he sucked. How, dude? Like, he's so fast. Like, he has a teleport. He mixes you up from like half screen, you know what I'm saying?
So he had a teleport.
Yeah, you could not. If everyone else walking around and he's running full speed,
Yeah, nah, this character was crazy in Street Fighter 4. I don't know how anyone would ever think he was bad.
And he has the infinite,
hard.
Right?
Yeah, he's just a bit hard to play, I'll say. And if you want to do his combo, the run, stop, fears, but if you don't want to do that, you could just have a good time running around, spamming special moves.
When is the last time you saw this screen, by the way?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. This character is eternal, right? Like, apparently he's not good right now. Even though I'm not playing, I still can't believe people when they say that Kid Buu's not good. The specific move I want to talk about is this move. This is his crouching key blast. So this move is good in every version. It's especially good when the game came out because they I hate when people say burf. They're like buff and nerf. It's a burf. They changed the move. They changed this move, right? So right now, if you do this, he'll throw it down at you. There's like a range where he throws the ball down at you.
Yeah.
When the game came out, he doesn't do this. So in a version of the game where the training mode really sucks and you can't set multiple recording slots, there's not even, there's nowhere to set any recording or anything. This move is really good because it does a bunch of things at the same time. So one, you actually go over lows when they do this, right? So which doesn't seem like a big deal, but it comes up way more than you think. Then 2 is this. So the super dash is supposed to go through key blast, but this move is pretty safe.
That's recovery is fast.
And it's very easy to do this on reaction. Like, just react to it and do a level 3 if you have a level 3 available.
Sick. That recovery was insane on it.
On top of that, it catches people jumping, so you can cancel it into stuff, right? Then the big one for people, the big one for people is that you could 50-50 with it, because it has no landing recovery. So you could just air dash or go low. So when you have let me see if I still got the string. There you go.
Yeah.
So you can just set up mix-ups really easily.
Yeah, it's very fast too.
And the last really big thing about it is that you can neutral skip with it into 50-50. So let's say your back's to the wall here, right? So from here, I could just pull up on you. Or I could do and just corner you really easily once you block it.
That's kind of crazy. It does so many things at once. We're just playing the neutral for you.
For a move that I'm really this move's unfair, it has to do a ton of stuff at the same time.
Alright, so my next one is going to be DJ's in Street Fighter 6. He has this move for the sway, and this move has to be one of the most annoying and, in my opinion, just one of the most scrubbiest moves I've ever seen in a fighting game. It just does so much for him in neutral. You can't really punish it. So since they can just do it, and if you press a button, let's say I happen to hit a stand medium kick, they just get a punish. like whiff punish and full combo. DJ, if you know DJ, you know he does about 50% no bar all his combos. So imagine they're just swinging this and they're just like, oh, you finally whiffed? Combo. And then also it just helps him when he does his negative buttons. He could just do it and it'll just counter poke for him pretty much. It'll just beat your poke. All right, here we go. Yeah, see, you try to take your turn back. By the way, this move here is -7. DJ sweep is -7, and I'm trying to just take my turn back, and I just get whiff punish for free, and then it's a full combo into all this damage. Safe jump. It's like, well, how am I losing all of this for that? And then another big thing, which is, in my opinion, is the biggest thing. When you try to check DJ's drive rush, they can just do this and then whiff punish your button for trying to check them. And then you just get punished for actually trying to check this very silly drive rush. It just does so many things and it just leads into 50% of your health into DJ right in front of your face, throwing you or shimmying you, and that's pretty much the end of the round. So I think that move is it just does too much and it just nets too much damage for no real punish. You can't really punish him for just doing the sway. Maybe if he did the ender, you could drive impact, but that's just a read. You can't really react to if he's going to do the ender or not. So I just feel like that move is just, it's crazy.
I don't think the people who balance this game watch my channel. By the way, I don't think they're gonna watch this, but no, this move looks pretty crazy for this game, honestly. Like, because there's not a lot of movement in Street Fighter, right? Like there is.
Exactly.
It's not like fast. It's like really precise, right? So
yeah,
being able to like whiff stuff and then you're just like, whoa, because I know there are gonna be people who are gonna be like, oh, Slayer has that though, and that's not broken, and I'm like, dude, that's Guilty Gear. This is Street Fighter.
Yeah, it's not the same thing at all. Street Fighter, you gotta take your turn back on stuff on block, but on DJ, he can just do his sweep -7, and then they just start doing the sway. You gotta respect it, and now they could just start walking up and pressuring you more.
Minus frames don't mean anything, bro. I got a move to show you that's also minus frames don't mean anything. I'm gonna go to a character. I really hate this character. I actually forgot about him. My life was so much better before we recorded this because I forgot about him for a while. But we gotta bring him back. He's extremely tilting. So it's Minazuki, the Persona version. If you don't play this game, by the way, if you're watching this, you don't play Persona. There's two versions of Minazuki. They both have the same name, but one doesn't have a Persona and one does. And when I did this video of Sejam, we actually talked about this move. This is Mitsuru's job. And this move was really, really, really broken in the original Persona. And like, I broke my own A button like 5 times while I was playing. It was just broken. It like defined the game. Like, godlike poke. This is her jab, right? In this version, they nerfed it. The main nerf they gave it is the move was so broken. They gave moves a special property called chest, which this has, so that they could give other moves chest invincibility so that you could fight this. In comes Minazuki. Also jab, also huge, initially doesn't have the chest property. So it's the same thing that Mitsuru had that was really broken, he got. But his is in some ways better. So it's not as big, right? So it's probably like around here. Yeah. Honestly, because this is the most recent version. In my memory, it hits from like here. Maybe I'm just like going through trauma, but it hits from like here. And he can chain into itself, but okay, so they'll do this, like, oh, my pressure's so good, ha, 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 ha. It's also -7, but you can chain into itself, where Milady here, she cannot chain it. She has to go into a follow-up. It's also jump cancelable, so hers is not jump cancelable, right? It's backdash cancelable in this game. That's good. And you just can't get away from this in the previous version. In this version, they were like, oh, snap, we messed up. We made it like Mitsuru, so you can go under it now, but before you would just, this is really the pressure. I'm literally just blocking this move for like 10 seconds. You just have to hold this. You just have to hold it. It's super easy to hit confirm too. He gets combos off everything, just like full combo off everything. I'm just making this obviously not his combo, right? But I just made a button to the knockdown, right? It's not that bad. It's always this on top of like his whole toolkit, because he's good everywhere on the screen, because he has like Persona moves that hit like full screen, like this one. So he can like just play really well at every range, hit you from here, and just like set up his pressure. It's one of those like, this move does absolutely everything, and you can't do anything about it. That's why they nerfed it.
Yeah, I can see that move being a problem. Just being able to jump cancel moves in games like this is such a crazy thing, especially ones that go that far and it's that fast. I'm sure it's a pretty fast button since it's a light. Trying to contest that, so many counter hits probably happen.
Yep, of course. Another big thing about it too is like, because sometimes people are like, well, why don't you just sit there, or why don't you just backdash or something? But in this game, you can't backdash on wake up. Only Aegis can, and only when she's in the other mode. When you try to like jump, you can't block for 5 frames after you jump. So like in a normal fighting game, like when you jump, you're good, or you might have to use like a barrier or something. But in this game, you're just still not able to block for a while. It's actually pretty hard. You have to like contest it directly. You have to try to DP, or you have to see where he's gonna reset and try to guess on that. So it's pretty hard to escape.
I'm not quite sure how to find which is like Abigail's just stand heavy punch. In this version of the game, the stand heavy punches does so much. It crush counters, which, you know, in Street Fighter 5, you get crush countered, everything just did a lot of damage. So it crush countered, on top of it just had no hurt box at all. So that's why you just see the only thing you can do is jump. You just had to have a lucky jump. But Abigail's anti-air was so good this season, just doing stand jab. His stand jab was such a great anti-air, you didn't really want to jump on him, because then you just give him a free mix-up. It just made his stand heavy punch. It had no hurt box except all the way inside of his chest. So if you didn't have a move like a Balrog dash punch, or Karen could do EX Tenko, but you had to have a move that went all the way into his chest. That's two of those and you did. That's the end of the round. And as you see, he's hitting a lot of stand heavy punches because it's just so good. I think in this season, Abigail had the most health ever in this game at like 1100. I don't think any other character ever had 1100 health in Street Fighter.
The one thing I always feel like, because like at this point, I talked to like you, Brian, and Justin Wong, right? So the most broken thing in Street Fighter is thing that's hard to punish that combos. Because of the way the game plays, right? It's such a hard thing to deal with when someone could just swing on something with like almost no risk. Is the charge heavy punch unblockable or something?
Yeah, it's unblockable. So yeah, he can get at least like 40 to 50% from it in the corner. That heavy punch did a lot for him in this season. When he had the V trigger activated, became an unblockable. I think it was like 2 or 3 hits of armor on it. So most characters really couldn't break it unless you just had a DP that hit multiple times really fast. You couldn't really break the armor. So when Abigail put a lot of characters in the corner, it was just a charge heavy punch loop that you just can't do anything unless you had a super. On top of you not being able to whiff punish it because it had no hurt box at all in this season. And then it just has the biggest chance to crush counter any of your buttons since it doesn't have a hurt box. So you press a button at the same time as the heavy punch, you're going to lose every time. And it's going to be a crush counter every single time to 60% of your health.
Guilty Gear Street Fighter, not that different, huh? honestly. So like for people watching, I have a document of all the moves that people put, but I only put my side. Like I didn't put like what other people put.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty sure Brian F also said this move was broken. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure, but I'm not like 100%. I actually have to go check.
Yeah, it might be this or maybe like the back heavy punch or the command grab. But I know he probably put something from this same exact season.
I have to do this because it's Halloween. I was like, all right, let's do one of these. So it's going to be this move. I don't know if you've played this game.
Nah, I've never played this one.
So this is Pumpkin. So if you play BlazBlue right now, if you started with CF, you would have no idea what this move is because this move is so broken, they took it out.
Oh, really?
And they just got rid of it. She doesn't have this move anymore. It's a projectile, but unlike other projectiles, you know, like projectiles are supposed to hit you, but this kind of just is chilling. She's got like the wind meter, right? So her projectiles are affected by it. You use this and use it in combination with wind. So when you use wind, it comes out. You can control it any direction you want, like up, down, like 8-way, total 8-way coverage.
And it just stays there. It doesn't leave, huh?
This move honestly is like why would you give her this on top of all the other projectile stuff that she has? Right? Yeah. Outside the 8-way coverage, why is this so good? So one, it's like it complements all her other moves. So she already has a bunch of stuff that controls space. So like, you know, I'm in training mode, but by him being here, he has to worry about blocking something because he could block the follow-up, the pillar activation. He can block one of these, or I could have time to put this out. 2, it's basically a team game assist, but in an anime game where other characters don't have assists. So you get to like neutral skip and just like come behind it, no problem. Right? So I can pull it up and go boop, and you just go in like that. So if he's blocking, this means you get to just do just like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice and easy.
That's you just get in.
Normally, again, she usually has a bunch of other stuff on the screen. So she would have, this is like the whole suite. This is like, she has everything. So, and then this is behind it.
This character look crazy.
And so, like a team game too, that means you could do like, right? So it's like, I went from neutral, I called my beam assist, right? I'm running behind my beam, they block it, I make them block, I immediately 50-50 them, because in this game, this is a instant overhead in this game.
Oh no.
So you get to just set it up. You can use it to push pressure. This is also a game where the frame data is kind of bad. Like everything's everything's pretty negative and hard to use. But doing this is super advantageous. And because of the 8-way dash 2, there's a lot of tricks. So for example, it works in this game, right? Right? Do you notice that?
Yeah.
So I can and like pull them out the corner with the pumpkin.
Oh yeah, that's always cheap. If you getting them out the corner, then like they don't notice in time. Yeah.
Again, in basically every version, this move, where she has this move is really, really important. It defines her neutral. It's also, the last thing that's really good about it is that once you actually have it out, because this is not like that big of an animation.
Yeah.
So once you have it out, you can also like, you can move without committing. You can attack without committing is the big one. The people who play team games get it more, but it's like you don't have to be attacking while running behind it. You could just run behind it. This move basically defined her until they took it away and they changed it to no move.
That's crazy to take a move, they just like, nah, we're gonna just completely remove it. We don't know how to balance this anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, they've done that a couple of times where they messed with stuff where they're like, dude, like, how do we make this fair? They just don't know how to do it. All right, but yeah, thanks for coming on. Where can the people find you, Lord Punk?
You can find me on social media at Punk the God Everything, or DA instead of THE, so Punk the God.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
This video is brought to you by Control. So Control's for anybody with a busy lifestyle. It's a meal replacement company. So there's all types of reasons you could be busy, and Control offers healthy meal replacement options. Their main options are meal shakes, protein cookies, and protein meal bars. I'm a big fan of the meal shakes. Specifically, the one I have been ordering nonstop has been the cinnamon toast cereal flavor. Normally I would like drink one, but I ran out. Go to drinkcontrol.com/LordKnight and use code LordKnight for 10% off any purchase. And thanks again to Control for sponsoring this video.